Today we are featuring Gunpla builders from Vietnam, and this time around we are looking at this team from Wolfz Studio. So the interesting thing about the Wolfz Studio is they are actually building Gunplas for a living. So imagine that, yeah. So the Wolfz Studio is actually a team based out in Vietnam. They are actually a team of great, capable Gunpla builders, and all they do is they build Gunplas and other model kits commissions for their customers. So imagine that they're practically living the dream, because there aren't a lot of people doing this as a day job. So congratulations to the team at Wolfz Studio. Of course, they were also the GBWC 2017 Open Course Champion, in case you didn't know that, and this was their winning entry. Their winning entry of Project Flower After War is really one kit that we are still amazed when we look at it today, right? The amount of detail that actually gone into it is really amazing. So they actually put up all their pictures of before and after of how they actually modified the kit from every different angle. I will share the link on the comment section below with a link to the Flickr page, so you can look at all the pictures in your own sweet time afterwards. But today I would really like to talk about my top 5 favorite builds from the Wolfz Studio. Coming at number 5, this is one of my favorite builds from Wolfz Studio. This is basically a very simple but clean build. This is the perfect grade bench chinon. When you look at it, they didn't really do any heavy customization to it, but in terms of how they played with different shades of blue to really bring out the different angle of the bench chinon, that was something that really attracted me, right? It's a very clean and simple build, but because of the, I think it's semi-gloss finishing and the different shades of blue that's being used and the gold accent as well, really make the kit stand out. I really like this perfect grade bench chinon that was done by them. Yeah. Okay, so what about number 4? Number 4 is one that they've actually modified quite heavily. This is the 1/100 Bile Gundam, but they call this the Demon Bile, right? So if you guys remember from the Iron-Blooded Orphans, the Bile is basically a very plain, basic looking kit with white and a little bit of different colors there. But if you look at this Demon Bile that they have made, is again a semi-gloss finish, but they've actually used a different shade of white. It looks like pearl white with a bit of mix of grey, and I really like how they use those gloss finishing red on the kit itself, right? Those really make the kit pop out as well. And also the blue, the candy color blue finishing there as well, really make the kit stand out. Yeah, so that is something that I really like what they've done with the Bile, or what they call the Demon Lord. Yeah. Number 3, this is again a simple build. This is the Master Grade Providence Gundam. So the Providence actually looks great in this highly gloss finish. I really dig the the deep blues and the candy colored red colors on the kit itself. So again, the Wolfz Studio has put up a lot of the before and after pictures of how they actually customize the kit on their Flickr page. So I do recommend you to spend some time and get some inspirations from their Flickr page to see how they actually went on to customize their page if you want to. And for my number 2 favorite kit from the Wolfz Studio, this is a heavily customized Sinanju Stein. If you guys remember the Sinanju Stein, that also again is a very basic looking kit in terms of color. It's just white and grey, but here, as you can see, they have pretty much taken the model and interpreted with their own way, and also different color variations as well. And this time around, they call this the prototype Mobile Suit Asimov. So that looks quite interesting. Yeah. In terms of the different shades of yellow lines across, and also the candy colored gold finish. So now you do get a sense that there's almost like the signature finish, right? There's a lot of glossy, bright colors on their kits, which I really dig. Yeah. So drum roll to my favorite kit that they have built from the Wolfz Studio is a third-party kit. Surprisingly, this is the mechanical Penelope Gundam. So if you look at the Penelope, and those of you who have built mechanical kits before, number 1, they're expensive. Number 2, they're big, and number 3, they're super difficult to build. Yeah, some of the parts don't actually line up, they don't fit together very well. Some of them really require a lot of touch-ups and also airbrushing to make the kit really looks awesome as it's intended. So if you guys have actually seen any of the out of the box build for the mechanical Penelope Gundam, you know that compared to this kit that's been built by the Wolfz Studio, man, you could tell that they actually spent a lot of time and effort to make this kit look this great. So if you're ever gonna invest a lot of money in a third-party kit such as a mechanical, which are quite expensive, I would highly recommend getting someone who is highly skilled such as these guys to build it, yeah, especially if you're in Vietnam. So before we go, I do have a few honorable mentions that I want to shout out as well. So if you look at the Wolfz Studio, they don't only build Gundams and mobile suits, but they also build other kits such as this Hildorf, right? The Hildorf is actually a kit that a lot of Gunpla builders don't really know that it exists, because number one, it's expensive, and number two, it's really hard to get until recent few months ago, where Bandai started to reissue this kit again. So now it is actually quite easy to get, but again, I like the signature color of how the Wolfz Studio used a very dark shade of green, but at the same time it's a bit of a gloss finish. And again, if you look at the red, the orange that they've used, again, those are the highly gloss colors from the kit. And here we have the Kotobukiya, which also has been built. Again, like I said, they don't only focus on Gundam kits. So if you look at the Saber Tiger that's customized by the Wolfz Studio, we really dig how they use their own color combination to make this kit look a bit more metallic rather than a bit more plasticky, how the kit usually look, yeah. And for all the connectors, they've actually painted gold. So that is one of the very interesting design choices that have been made by the Wolfz Studio. And my last honorable mention goes to this guy. This is the Oni Barbatos. And I know a lot of you here are Iron-Blooded Orphan fans. And to be very frank, you know, we were kind of bored looking at the normal color variations of the Barbatos Gundam. But when we saw this guy in highly gloss finish, candy red, very glossy, you know, it looks almost like the titanium finish that we are so accustomed to. This guy looks great, right? So maybe some of you guys who are thinking of customizing your Barbatos could take this as inspiration, yeah. So these are just some of the awesome build from the Wolfz Studio. The great thing about them is, number one, they put up all of their customized build for their customers onto their Flickr page. So you can actually go onto their Flickr page, which I'll put a link down bottom afterwards, and you can look at how they actually, you know, customize all the different kits that's been commissioned to them, yeah. So all in all, that's all from us for the coverage from the Gunpla builders in Vietnam, especially Wolfz Studio. It's surprising that Vietnam has, you know, has such a great talent pool of Gunpla builders, and we think they might have a potential to be world champion very soon in the next GBWC, yeah. So all in all, thank you guys again for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming up from our channel, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great weekend.